Hey everyone, Nicholas here from Crippled Tech, and welcome back to another Tech Explained video. Today we're shifting our focus onto the component that powers the whole PC, literally. It is the power supply unit, or PSU. Sometimes it is also known as the power supply. It is the heart of the PC, as it is the component that powers the whole PC by delivering power, electricity to all of the components, like how the heart pumps blood onto the whole body. In a very technical term, power supply is basically an electrical transformer that takes in AC power from a typical wall outlet that you plug into to get power, and AC power, and then it converts into DC power and sends it to the all the PC components, as all of the electronics PC components, they only run on DC power, so you need a converter that converts AC power into DC power. The power supply is basically the transformer that does the conversion role. So, as I'm not an electrical engineer, nor did I study any electrical engineering related course, I'm not qualified to really explain the terminology and in detail how it does the conversion. So I will not be focusing on that in this video. Instead, we will be focusing on the specs of a power supply when you go to shop for one. When shopping for a power supply, there is basically 3 to 4 specs you can look into, the first 3 being the most important part. Let's start with the first one, which is the wattage rating. The wattage rating of a power supply is basically the maximum watts output that particular power supply unit can deliver to the PC components in total. So for example, the power supply that I use to power my PC is the NZXT C850 Gold. I think that's the whole model name. I'll put it out on screen right here. This unit that I'm using is rated at 850 watts, so it is capable of delivering up to 850 watts of total power output. So you can go online. Basically, there are several tools online that you can use just to punch in your PC specs and see the recommended power requirements and the recommended PSU that you need to get for your power supply. PCPartPicker.com actually has that built in. As you fill out your PC components, it will give you a estimated wattage consumption power requirements for that particular PC specs, so you can base that wattage requirement and get appropriately rated power supply. In a typical scenario, when you're speccing out your PC build, you should look at your PC power requirements, and then based on that number, you should step it up a little bit so that your power supply is a little bit more slightly overpowered than the requirements of your PC components to accommodate for future component upgrades, so that you don't have to switch out and upgrade your power supply unit if you're upgrading another power hungry component, for example the graphics card or the CPU. Next up, we have the 80+ efficiency rating for a power supply. Nowadays, it's basically a must for a power supply. If you see a power supply that does not have 80+, any kind of 80+ rating at all, you should just avoid it. So yeah, there are several tiers of 80+ efficiency rating that you can see on screen right here. My unit is the NZXT C850 Gold. It is rated at 80+ Gold efficiency rating. Different tiers basically means different efficiency at different loads for the power supply. And then we have the form factor of a power supply. for a typical consumer PC build, there are only two major form factors that you can look at, which is ATX form factor and SFX form factor power supplies. ATX is pretty much the go-to for most PC builds, and for SFX is basically a small form factor power supply for small ITX builds and small form factor builds. So in order to determine which form factor of a power supply you should get, just look at the case. If you have decided on which case you're going to use for your PC, the case is pretty much the determining factor that determines what kind of form factor of power supply that you should get. So that pretty much covers the three main specs of a power supply, and the fourth one is not really that important anymore, at least in modern days. That is the modularity of the power supply, meaning there are fully modular power supplies, semi-modular, and non-modular power supplies. So that basically means the cables that come with the power supplies, whether or not it can be detached from the power supply unit itself. A non-modular power supply means all of the cables that come with the PSU is pre-attached to the power supply and you cannot detach it. And a fully modular power supply is where all the cables can be detached, and you can have the option to plug in the cables, only the cables that you need, and leave out the cables that you don't need, so you have more room for cable management for your build. And semi-modular is basically somewhere in between these two. In modern days, only low wattage power supplies have the option of semi-modular and non-modular power supply options, where non-modular and semi-modular units are usually a bit cheaper than the fully modular equivalent counterpart. So I think that pretty much sums up what a power supply is for a typical consumer PC. The power supply unit is often an overlooked but crucial part of your PC. Choosing the right power supply can ensure your system runs smoothly and reliable for years to come. If you have any questions about power supplies, or if you would like to add more information or correct me if I got anything wrong, you can feel free to leave it down in the comment section down below. Start a discussion and I'll join in as well. Thanks for watching until the end. I hope this video has helped you in some way, and if it did, or you just enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to Crippled Tech for more tech content. Remember to turn on notification bell to get notified whenever I post new content. Thanks for staying with me. This has been Nicholas. ご視聴ありがとうございました。では、次の動画でまた会いましょう。じゃあね。